This is the Red Sox Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, certainly you can be happy with the result on Sunday for the Red Sox as they take 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. Trevor's story, perhaps signs of things to come for the month of June. But the big storyline for the Red Sox on Sunday, their ace, Garrett Crochet, 12 strikeouts over 7 innings of one-run baseball. He was an ace. He was outstanding, and he is your Red Sox ace for this year, and you think for years to come. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. I've done interviews with Theo, yes, that Theo Epstein, Buck O'Neill, Bobby Thompson, who hit the shot heard around the world, the Iron Man Cal Ripken Jr., George Brett, Johnny Damon, Tito, Terry Francona, Jim Palmer, country music legend Garth Brooks, Terry Cashman, the songwriter, Sharon Robinson, and then the senator from Massachusetts, John Kerry, and plenty more. Of course, we are providing reaction every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcast. On our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast, we talk about Garrett Crochet. We talk about Trevor's story, the 2-out magic in the first inning, and who knew? Story's big base hit in the first, the only runs of the game. Crochet made you sweat a couple of times. Greg Weisert was terrific, and Aroldis Chapman did bring the tying run to the plate in the ninth inning, but he got the final out, yes, with a strikeout. Ball game over, and the Red Sox go 2-4 on their road trip through Milwaukee and Atlanta, but they take 2 out of 3 in Atlanta against the Braves. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation, watching live with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel on this Sunday. Hit that comment button. Join the Sox conversation. Keep the Sox and baseball conversation going. Follow me on the X at Lennox on baseball. We can continue there as well. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox Postcast your first listen every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. So, first inning, Bryce Elder facing the Red Sox for the first time in his career. Jarren Duran, rough series. Wilyer Abreu, let's get the back going, just like Trevor's story looks like he might be doing. But Rafi Devers a double, Toro a base hit, hitting in the number 4 spot, by the way, and playing first base. It was supposed to be Christian Campbell. Well, the Red Sox can be flexible on occasion. Toro keep his bat in the lineup. Toro base hit, Meyer a walk. Bases full, 2 down. Trevor's story comes through. Almost hit a grand slam. Missed it by maybe a foot. Maybe by 18 inches, but Story 3-run double in that top of the first inning turned out to be the only runs of the game for the Red Sox as the guy on the hill took care of business over 7 impressive innings.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Crochet gave up a home run with 2 down in the first inning to Marcell Ozuna, and that was the only run of the game for the Atlanta Braves. Now, Crochet, well over 100 pitches in his outing, going 7, struck out 12, including the side in the 7th inning. First Nesson reference, Dave O'Brien, Lou Merloni, sort of talking about, he got fist bumps, but he didn't get the firm handshake after he got done in the 6th inning. And he had some base runners, and he had some stressful innings. Retired the side and gave up the home run in the first 17 pitches. 11 in the second, that's a great number. 20 pitches in the 4th inning, through 23 pitches in the 5th inning. Walked Nick Allen twice in the game. His only 2 walks of the game, but walked Nick Allen as a leadoff hitter in the 5th inning. Acuna Jr. replacing Allen on the bases, but a bloop single, and there were a couple of bloops there. There were 3 base hits, 2 down the right field line and 1 down the left field line. Bloop hits. Crochet never gave up another blast because sometimes a bloop and a blast gets the job done. But Crochet, after that 6th inning, Albies on a strikeout. Murphy struck out on 3 pitches. Eli White popped up in that 6th inning. Crochet, his second 1-2-3 inning of the game, had 99 pitches and 22 swings and misses through 6. I had taken a little break during the 7th inning stretch. I took a stretch. Come back to the TV. Crochet's out there for the 7th inning. What's he do? Strikes out Harris, strikes out Allen, and then strikes out Acuna for his 12th strikeout of the ballgame, and that was it for Crochet. Terrific. Crochet took the mound, and I gave this number of the day on Saturday. Crochet took the mound in the ball game on Sunday for the 9th time this year after the Red Sox had lost the previous game. That's your ace. The Red Sox record should be better than what it is when Crochet takes the mound. But they got the job done. Weisert, roster moves, we'll touch on those in the second segment. But Weisert with Slayton going on the IL on Sunday, worked a 1-2-3 eighth inning, and then Chapman got the job done in the 9th inning. Now, Chapman did give up a base runner, and there was a little bit of a scare, but he got the final out, and he preserved the victory, and he picked up the save, his 9th on the season. Alex Cora did go out to the mound to check on Chapman in that 9th inning. You had Liam Hendricks placed on the IL on Friday. Slayton, as I mentioned, on the IL prior to Sunday's finale against the Braves. You don't need Aroldis Chapman going down right now. You really don't, because Hendricks was sort of working himself into that position where he was going to be a guy in high leverage situations, although he's kind of hit a little bump in the road. Okay, inflammation in his hip. Slayton, inflammation in his right shoulder. Doesn't think it's going to be long. IL stint. Hopeful that he can be back. Optimistic that he'll be back at the end of the IL stint on the 15 days. But Chapman got the job done in the 9th inning. And how about Story, the 3-run double off the top of the wall, almost dead center field in the first inning against Bryce Elder. The big play, Story in the 9th inning. Hard hit ground ball off the bat of Ozzie Albies. Story made a great play. And that really could have shaped that inning. Instead of the leadoff man being on board with nobody out and the tying run come to the plate, Albies retired on the great play by Story. Murphy walked, White a pop-up to right field, and then Harris struck out to end the ball game. I mentioned Cora coming out to the mound to check on Chapman. I think it was during the Murphy at-bat, but Chapman able to get the job done in the 9th inning, and a good victory for the Red Sox. You want to nitpick? The only thing I'll nitpick on is add on after you get the 3 runs, all with 2 outs in that first inning. You had Bryce Elder. He ended up going 5 1/3, gave up the 3 earned runs, but really you didn't manage situations where he was high stress the rest of the way after that first inning. But again, you take the victory. Now it's back home for 3 against the Angels, where you've got Fitz, Bayo, and Giolito over the next 3 games. We get to your comments right now. Glad you're with us on this Sunday. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, talking about another game decided by 2 runs or less. The Red Sox have been involved in plenty of those, not only over the course of the last couple of weeks, but really over the course of this entire season that is now almost 100 games in. It's hard to believe, but the Red Sox picking up the victory. And you take 2 out of 3 in the series, and now 29 and 32 on the season. After the finale, after the opener against the Angels on Monday, 100 games to go in the regular season. Austin D leading us off, simply saying, let's go, with a couple of exclamation points. Absolutely. Cody checking in. Cody, we're thinking about you. You're in my prayers. What a dominant performance by Crochet. Still amazes me. People question if he's a true ace pitcher. Also, could this be the Story resurgence we've needed? Thank you also. Yeah, thank you hey, absolutely. We wish you all the best. Kind words. Cody, you're with us, buddy. You're an everydayer. We appreciate you being on board with us. You take care of you as well, and we're great. We appreciate you allowing us to be a distraction in your world as you deal with the real world right now and your health. Yeah, Crochet's an ace. He's a number 1, and he showed it on Sunday. He really did. You're thinking 6, he goes 7. And I don't know if there was any conversation or not, but they let him go. And imagine if he came to the dugout after that bottom of the 6th inning and they said, hey, here's the handshake. Good job. 6 innings. Bullpen will get the final 9. No. He got 21 outs, 12 via the strikeout. And I'd love to, if he goes out and gives you 6 to 8 strikeouts in a game, gets more contact, gets more, and he had a lot of at-bats early on. He got 2 strikes. He was like Schwellenbach on Saturday for Atlanta. He put hitters away. There wasn't 2 strikes and a couple of foul balls and a ball mixed in, and then all of a sudden you're looking at 8, 9, 10 pitches during an at-bat. He had a handful of those along the way, but early on he got 2 strikes on the batter. He put them away. Trevor Story, you can only hope. And Story and the Red Sox parallel right now. You can only hope, taking 2 out of 3 against the Braves. You go 3-3 against Atlanta on the season. You drop 2 of 3 at Fenway. In May against the Braves, you take 2 out of 3 against them here. And you go from there. Angels in. Angels have been a good road team. Mike Trout's back in the lineup. We'll see what they can do over the next 3 games against the Angels, but you do want to build on this. You want to see Story build on his good weekend. You want to see the Red Sox build on a good weekend on the road. Danny, has Chapman always been this good? Never watched him that much on other rosters. He's been great so far. He really has. Chapman comes with baggage. He's had his off the field issues over the years. But as we've watched him in a Red Sox uniform for the first time this season, whether it's on EEI in the Red Sox radio network or on NESN with Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni or Will Middlebrooks, they have all witnessed and they've all observed what Chapman does to get ready to pitch every single day during the course of this season. He's not been a headache whatsoever. Blown save, okay. That was a tough one in Milwaukee on the first stretch of this road trip to open up the week. But, Chapman has been terrific. Velocity down a little bit. Cora visiting the mound. I'm sure he'll address that with the Red Sox media on the postgame. But, yeah, Chapman has been terrific. But, again, Chapman's just one of those guys. He's moved around during his career. He's played for a handful of teams, and now the Red Sox in 2025. But on the mound, he's been a dominant closer. And again, every closer is going to have their ups and downs and bumps in the road every once in a while, but he has been terrific. He's been a very good pickup for the Red Sox for this season. Danny, again, Story really stepping up, being the leader this team needs right now. Yeah, and I talked about it earlier this week. Is it hard to lead when you're a veteran like Trevor Story, when you're scuffling just like everyone else in the lineup? We don't know what Devers does away from the field in the clubhouse in terms of picking his teammates up and stuff like that. I think I saw something from Friday. Devers was one of the first guys out there fist bumping, shaking hands in the handshake line after Friday's victory. Great to see, right? Had the big hit in the 9th inning to extend the lead. Red Sox never extended the lead after the first inning on Sunday. Gave you a little agita, had a couple of moments there where it's like, again, I said it last year with Kenley Jansen. And Chapman just one blown save so far this season, earlier on the road trip. He goes out there Sunday, and you really do expect him to close the door in the 9th inning. Yes, the tying run came to the plate, but he still got the job done. And Jansen last year is like, okay, is this, Jansen's gone well for stretches, but all of a sudden when the Red Sox need him with a shutdown 9th inning, he didn't always get it, especially during the second half of the season. Austin D. There you go. Thank you, Austin. That to Cody. Wish you the best of health. Outstanding. Tip of the cap to you, Austin. And Cody, that's from not just me. That's from Austin D as well. Adam Baum. Thank God for Crochet. I'm not getting any false hopes in Story. He's still, I don't like that word, Adam Baum. You know that. Rhymes with crash. Starts with a TR. I don't like that word. Austin D, right? And on the books for what? $25 million in 3 more years. Yeah, now Austin D's referencing Story. Yeah, he's got a lot of money left. I don't think they eat the contract. You've got to ride with him, and if he's in a funk, okay, but he needs to give you above average defense at shortstop. He really does. More of your comments, numbers of the day. Red Sox take 2 of 3. Crochet earns the win. The Red Sox are above 500. Now 7-6 on the season when Crochet makes a start. Smile on my face ear to ear, but like everyone in our everydayers and the folks in the comments right now, you got to show us a hell of a lot more than just taking 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. Trevor Story has to show us a lot more than what he did in the series over the weekend against the Braves as well. Locked On Red Sox Postcast. Glad you're with us on this Sunday.
This is
hit the wrong button. Production crew. B-. Hey, Locked On Red Sox Postcast presented by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for that snack that is both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is considered one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1-ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and the better-for-you unsaturated fats to help you keep feeling fuller longer. You may fall in love with the no-shell variety. What's that? Well, it's the perfect grab-and-go snack for those busy days. Whether you're snacking at your desk, on a road trip, or just need a quick protein boost, they become your go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the in-shell option, certainly a classic favorite. Wonderful Pistachios, a complete protein providing all 9 essential amino acids. This little green wonder does pack the protein punch. No shell. Wonderful Pistachios for that grab-and-go ease, the satisfying crack of opening each and every shell. It's like snack meditation. Whether you're running between meetings or dropping off the kids, Wonderful Pistachios are the snack that works as hard as you do. Get snacking, get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Crochet Day is a positive for the Red Sox on Sunday, as the Red Sox now 7-6 on the season, and Crochet's first 13 starts. You want to continue to build on that. He struck out 12, including the side in order in the 7th inning. If you'd given up a base runner in that 7th, I think Alex Cora would have been out of the dugout quickly. Red Sox are still striking out way too much, and they're not walking enough. 40 strikeouts in the 3-game series from the Red Sox batters. 5 walks total in the 3 games. Those go hand in hand. They really do. Those go hand in hand. Jarren Duran, rough series. 0 for 5 Friday, 0 for 4 on Saturday. Took the collar for the entire series as he went 0 for 5 on Sunday. Put the ball in play in his first 4 at-bats, but struck out in his final at-bat. Duran needs to get going. That is the Captain Obvious moment of the Locked On Red Sox postcast for this Sunday. Wilyer Abreu has to get going. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Abraham Toro, 2 more base hits. You've got to ride him right now. You absolutely have to keep going with Abraham Toro. He was in the cleanup spot on Sunday. Abraham Toro was in the cleanup spot on Sunday. And I put it out there on the X at Lennox on Baseball. And I want to go see, what did I put today? Abraham Toro. Going to give this one too. Abraham Toro, the 8th different cleanup hitter this season for the Red Sox. I think right now you have to keep him there. And while I'm on my Twitter X page at Lennox on Baseball, this from Peter Abraham, Boston Globe, Sunday Baseball Notes, a tradition. I love it. Loved it for a long time. This was from Peter Abraham from the Boston Globe, Sunday Baseball Notes. Per Baseball Reference, Marcelo Meyer, 23rd, was the 23,475th major leaguer in history when he was called up last week. Handful of guys have made their big league debuts since then. Peter Abraham says it's amazing that every big leaguer in history would not even come close to filling Fenway Park. Under 24,000 Major League Baseball players throughout the history of Major League Baseball. And that total number of 23,475 would not fill Fenway Park. I'm sorry. I wanted to share with that with you. I hope you found it interesting. It really is to me. Shermy 10. Crochet is a beast. You know, he's just, you know what makes an ace? It's not just the pitching talent. It's the mentality too. Crochet took the mound on Sunday, understanding what he needed to do. The bullpen has been used a lot, from Brennan Bernardino all the way through. Hendricks, Slayton on the IL over the last 3 days. And Crochet gave you exactly what you needed. He's going to toss a complete game this year. And I'll go out on the limb and say, Crochet throws 9 this season and gets a CG for the Red Sox. He's got less than 10 strikeouts. Pitches more to contact. Gets more ground ball outs and fly ball outs. But he's going to throw a complete game, and I'd be shocked if it's with 10 or more strikeouts. Maybe I wouldn't be shocked. But I'll say I think it's less than 10 strikeouts. Bum. Cody. Jansen's biggest problem last year was the ridiculous amount of walks he gave up. Yeah, and some closers do that. And you don't want to give up leadoff walks as a closer. That's just not it's not a good recipe for success. Michael, Crochet saved us. Toro still improving. Still no hope and Story. And finally, Campbell, oh, man, in a bad slump. He was in a slump for he was in a slump for the entire month of May. And sorry, forgot to mention Raphael is still chasing like his life depends on it. Yeah, and if he's not, I don't know if Raphael ever talks to the media and says, I'm tired of being in the number 9 spot in the lineup. I'd love to see him out of there. I'd love to see him in more RBI opportunities. By the way, Connor Wong, one opportunity with runners in scoring position on Sunday, did not come through. 0 for 20 now on the season with runners in scoring position and does not have an RBI. All right. Austin D. Injuries. Austin D. Story's a good man. Just hasn't been worth the contract Red Sox gave him, but injuries haven't treated him, and so can't be too upset. Yeah, well said. Michael, still happy we won. Yeah, you got to be happy. Happy Friday, happy on Sunday. Start the work week off, going into work and bragging that the Red Sox took 2 out of 3. Aiden, Crochet telling everyone he's going to throw first pitch fastball, not carrying is dog mentality. There you go. Yeah. Bob Gibson said, here's my fastball. If you can hit it, you're the better man. Go ahead and hit it. But I don't think you can hit it, and I think Crochet has some of that mentality. Sooner or later, he'll throw something else. He'll spin one in there on the first pitch of the game, and the hitter at the plate's probably going to swing right out of his shoes. Could have been Acuna. Acuna, I think, fouled the first pitch of the game off. But Acuna knew, hey, he's going to give me a fastball. I'm going to try to hit it out of the ballpark. Twice this year. He's given up home runs to the leadoff hitter on the first pitch of the game. Churio and Holiday from the Baltimore Orioles. Cody. Narv needs to spend every second he can with Tech. Ha. He probably, sooner or later that storyline will come about. But Cody, I think you're right on board there. Part of Carlos Narvaez's success is certainly Carlos Narvaez all by himself, both defensively and offensively. But Jason Varitek, I'm sure, has worked with him and opened his eyes up to things and helped him improve his game, again, behind the plate. Catcher, Narvaez right now, I've said it before, the offense is gravy, but you want to keep him healthy. You want to keep him rested. No-brainer, Wong starts on Sunday in the finale. But Narvaez has an opportunity to put together a real good rookie season. And Jason Varitek, I'm sure, is part of his success over the first 2+ months of the regular season for the Red Sox. Angels coming to Fenway. Then it's on the road, off day this upcoming Thursday, then 3 in New York against the Yankees starting on Friday. Yes, we're into the month of June. Yes, the Red Sox open up the month of June with a victory. Yes, the Red Sox and Yankees are going to play for the first time this season in June. All right, so they're going to see each other a lot June, July, August, September. I'm kind of okay with that. But then again, how much scouting? I mean, both the Red Sox and Yankees have advanced scouting, so they're going to know. You don't pitch to Devers. Hey, don't worry, Yankees. You don't have Garrett Crochet going, or rather Garrett Cole going in the series next weekend. Lost for the season. And Devers is own Garrett Cole. We know that. That's not sarcasm. That's reality. The numbers dictate that. But for the next 3, you've got the Angels. You've taken 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. You go 2-4 on the road trip, but that's after you lost the first 3 in Milwaukee, and 2 of those in walk-off fashion for the Brewers, who are continuing to win this weekend. Sometimes it's when you hit an opponent, and the Brewers have beaten up on the Phillies so far this weekend in Philadelphia. You've got Richard Fitz, likely piggybacking with Dobbins. I'd love to see Fitz and Dobbins and nobody else out of the bullpen on Monday in the opener. Then you've got Bayo on Tuesday. Still want more out of him. Then you've got Giolito on Wednesday. Note to Bayo, note to Giolito. You want to go 6? Pitch to contact, get early outs and counts, and don't nibble, and don't go 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches in an at-bat. That's going to do it for us on this Sunday. As always, we want to acknowledge our sponsor, Tip of the Cap, acknowledgement to Wonderful Pistachios. And as always, we appreciate you being on board with us, as well as the Red Sox do take 2 out of 3. Isn't it fun talking about a Red Sox winner? We did it Friday. We did it on Sunday. We've done it here on Sunday. And hopefully we can do it again on Monday, first of 3 against the Angels at Fenway Park. And again, Mike Trout back in that lineup for the Angels, who have played well on the road this season. We are going to be on with you within minutes of the final out, game 1 of the 3-game series from Fenway Monday night, with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Locked On Red Sox, your team, your Red Sox every day. part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Enjoy your Sunday, everybody. We'll talk soon.